Good morning everybody, it's Joe Neighbour from Signal Centre, and today I'll be running through a quick video on the latest update on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So just to give you a quick update on the latest headlines, we did see cryptocurrencies surge just after New York opening yesterday following reports that the US Walmart chain would begin accepting Litecoin as payment. So obviously pretty good news on that front. We saw Bitcoin surge to highs around $47,000. But the report was subsequently confirmed as fake, and coins plunged once again with Bitcoin below lows of 43,500. Volatility did ease later in the session. With the corrective recovery, markets were still notably cautious over the overall regulatory environment, but Bitcoin did edge higher above 45,000 in the end on Tuesday, and we are nicely above that again today. So as you can see on the right hand side, I've got my watch list of cryptocurrencies, and generally the feeling is pretty bullish towards cryptocurrencies today. I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin in a bit more depth on the technicals right now, because obviously this is the bellwether when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and typically the one that leads the way. So first up, we've got a weekly chart here on the screen. And last week, quite importantly, we posted this bearish outside candle. So we made highs at 52,913, but we closed well below the lows of the previous week, closing actually off the worst of the sessions last week, which was at 42,830, but we had a close at 46,024. Now, this was provoked partially by the El Salvador situation. So we saw that El Salvador was trying to adopt Bitcoin, or is adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, but that was met with a lot of protests from people in El Salvador. There was also some coordinated action from retail traders on Reddit, which never really took off. And as a result, we did see weakness across the board on cryptocurrencies, and particularly Bitcoin, posting this quite important, I think, reversal candle on the weekly chart. So looking now to see how price moves from here. For me, I think we're going to be trapped within a range between this 28,732 to 52,913. Sounds a bit crazy to call that a range because it's such a huge area of price, but let's dig deeper into the lower time frames to see if we can get any clues about what's going on. So this is the daily chart. So I've got some annotations on here. Bitcoin obviously did start moving higher quite nicely from sort of end of July, pushing up to these key resistance levels at 51,109. I had that as a key resistance level anyway because it's a 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level from these highs here that we posted in April down to these lows that we posted at the end of June. So we've seen a 61.8% retracement, always looking out for these numbers because they're quite important and well watched by the market. And above that, we have a resistance level at 54,511. So while those two resistance levels are in place, for me, the upside could be contained in the very short term. We talked about this outside candle last week, and really it was only one day that did the damage, and it was that day with the El Salvador news on the 7th of September. We saw a big break of the short-term uptrend, quite an impulsive move to the downside, and since then price has really been unable to regain any sort of momentum. So price has been sort of choppy and stalling within this kind of short-term range between 42,830 to 47,392. So for me, we've got a real clear line in the sand on the, to protect the downside at the moment, which is at 42,830. While we're above that level, then there is potential for bounces towards the 51,000 level again. If this level breaks, this 42,830 level, then I think that could prompt further selling in Bitcoin, and obviously that will also be impacted on what goes on in other risk areas of the market as well. So we need to keep an eye out for the US inflation number today. If there is a spike in inflation, then that could prompt a further cutback in the monetary stimulus, but also a rise potentially in interest rates. And if that does occur, it may change the thinking of market participants, and they might start heading to safer havens. So Bitcoin obviously still at quite elevated levels compared to where it's been over the last 2 months or so, but we need to keep an eye on this 42,380 level. So that for me is the key levels to watch. Looking obviously on the front foot today, and hopefully there's no more sort of fake news or other sort of regulatory issues that upset the Bitcoin price in the short term. But keep an eye out for that 1:30 release on US inflation today. I'll be back tomorrow with a video on oil and FX on Thursday. And until then, trade safe, everybody. Goodbye.